Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Skip, aka Skip and Tosh here, back again for another one. Another L, unfortunately. Sacramento Kings dropped the ball to the Cleveland Cavaliers, 117 to 103. Let's just get right into it. Again, I'm your man Skip, aka Skip and Tosh. I appreciate you stopping by for another installment of the Sacktown Breakdown. Before we jump into it, got some sponsors to show love to. Computer Booter, if you're close to the greater Sacramento area, Carmichael, California is the place to be. Stop by Computer Booter. They are a repair shop, gaming lounge, and gift shop. So you can check off a few more of those boxes on your Christmas list of people that you need to get gifts from. They have lanyards, hats, they have consoles, retro consoles, modern consoles, they have accessories, N64 controllers, they have Game Boys, they do have Game Boys there, GameCube controllers, I think they even have some Virtual Boys there, as well as other accessories, so you can take care of that if that's all good off of the list. If you got a PC, Mac, or a console that needs to be tuned up, that needs to be, worked back into functioning condition, go see Dave. He can take care of you. And if you just want a place to hang out, rent some consoles, rent a PC, play some PC games, anything like that, it's a great community hub to go and hang out at. I used to go to a lot of gaming tournaments there for Super Smash Brothers. They have Melee tournaments there as well. If you like to wave dash and hurt your hands, I would go check out Computer Booter. Dave is an awesome guy, and it would be a fantastic place for you to go and support and, get what you need there. Next, there we go. Taboo Ohana. I still got my lovely lush chair. And if you want some suede on your neck, if you want some leather on your back and on your behind, and get into a much cushier, more supportive chair, Taboo Ohana is definitely one to check out. Up to 45% off of the whole entire line right now. If you put in my discount code SKIPTC, you get an additional $40 off of that. So that's over half off a chair right now. And everybody wants to save. So, 2 for 1. Or you can grab 2 chairs basically for the price of 1. Go get after it. You know what I'm saying? If it's a husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, type of situation. I have 2 gaming chairs because I have a roommate who we'd like to play NBA 2K. So cop 2 of those things. Well, I didn't have to cop 2, but you see what I'm saying. Hook someone up, hook yourself up. Gaming, office chair. It's all black, so it fits in the office as well. Check them out. TabooOhana.com. TABUOHANA.com. Don't apologize. Be yourself. Links for both sponsors in the description below. And speaking about people and teams that are below, these Sacramento Kings, don't they just mess with your anxiety, your blood pressure? What don't they screw up when they are in this type of mode where they just give up 81 points in a half? It's pretty ridiculous, but let's go ahead and take a look at what the damage was. So you could see the first quarter, Kings back to Kangz type ways, only 23 points in the first quarter, 36 from Cleveland. Second quarter, 29 from us, so we did better, but 45 from them. So that's 81 points in the first half. I think that's the most points given up in the first half in the entire NBA for this entire season. Then we get into the third quarter. Things changed. People came out with more fight, more determination. You felt the energy shift, and the Sacramento Kings were coming out handling business, especially on the defensive end, being very aggressive on offense as well, and it looked promising. Cleveland held to 20 points in the third quarter. Then we come to the fourth quarter. Kings started to give it up a little bit again. We got within 23 from being down 30, and then we got it even closer. We got within like 16, and then it started to slip away again. So Alvin Gentry committed to finding guys that will go in there and get it done. Put in Davion Mitchell, put in Terrence Davis, put in Chimezie Metu, put in Damian Jones, and I'm trying to think of who else we have, and Buddy Hield. And they were the get-it-done crew. They were getting in there. They were being scrappy on defense. They were pushing the pace faster than any other lineup I've seen on offense. It was looking good. Kings ended with the 24-point quarter, but you see there, Cleveland ended with 16, but that's all Cleveland needed in order to end 103-117. At one point in time, that 16 was a 16-point lead after they got over the 100-point threshold. It was just a shame, and it sucks because we took out, I think we took out Davion for a minute, or we took out Buddy and put in Tyrese. And you could see that the energy took a dip and Tyrese just wasn't getting it done. Alvin Gentry pulled him right back out and put that same crew back in to finish the game. And unfortunately, they turned the ball over too much towards the end. Also, just not converting on enough shots. There just wasn't enough scoring there. Although the defensive intensity went up, the rebounding went up, the aggression towards the bucket went up, the overall buckets did not go up. And you could see it was only 2 points over our lowest half, but at the same time, it was only 4 points under our highest scoring quarter, and only 1 point under the previous quarter, which was the third quarter, 26 to the fourth quarter. Scoring from the Sacramento Kings is 25 points. Points in the paint, Sac had 64, Cleveland had 52, and it was really interesting because Cleveland wasn't letting nothing fly. I mean, Mobley, Jared Allen, and Isaac Okoro, they were batting down everything down there. I even saw Lauri Markkanen, be a little more aggressive on defense than he normally is once you got around the elbow area and deeper into the paint. So it's surprising that the Kings actually ended up with more paint points when it was all said and done. I appreciate the fact that Terrence Davis and also Harrison Barnes, were still being fearless as they were going down into the paint. So that's a good thing. Fast break points. Here's the interesting thing. Cleveland had 22 and we only had 8. So our up-tempo offense, as much as I appreciate it, when it comes to us converting and fast breaks, that's all we had. Now, the other thing was we were getting scored on a lot, so we didn't have as many fast breaks, opportunities. But nonetheless, that's where we're at. Biggest lead, we already see the biggest lead was 29. We didn't have a lead. We never led in this game. We started off pitifully. I think it was, 14-4, or 14-2 or 14-4 by the time we got to around this 7-minute mark of the first quarter. It was pitiful. So you already knew what it was. Bench points, we have 58, they have 44. Our bench continues to be one of the most productive in the NBA. Points off of turnovers, we didn't do terrible this time. We had 19 points off of turnovers, but they had 23. There were no lead changes and there were no ties, as you can see. It was just pure and utter domination. Let's look at the box score. So Lauri Markkanen in his 26 minutes only had 3 points. Yikes. 2 steals, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. Evan Mobley had a monster of a game. 15 points, 15 rebounds, 13 defensive rebounds. Fantastic. 1 block and 2 assists. Good job for the rookie. Jaron Allen in his 38 minutes had 19 points and 11 rebounds, so double-double for him. 3 blocks, which is, I thought he would have more blocks, but he got all of his blocks in the first half. 2 steals, 1 assist. Good job for Jared Allen. One of my favorite bigs. I've been one of my favorite bigs, not even just young bigs, just bigs in the NBA for at least the last 4 seasons. Definitely the last 3 seasons. Isaac Okoro in his 29 minutes had 20 points, went 7 of 9 from the field. Fantastic. 2 of 3 from 3, and he's not really a 3-point shooter, so that tells you what you need to know. Also 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals as well. Darius Garland, their point guard, who has been going off in the midst of the absence from Colin Sexton, who tore his ACL. So prayers up for Colin Sexton. This was a career year for him too, so devastating news, really. But in his 37 minutes, he was 7 of 17 from the field. That was 41%. He was only 1 of 6 from 3, so that's 16%. That's stinky. Didn't really get to the line, but he was 1 of 1. He did have 13 assists, though. 3 steals, 1 block as well, 5 turnovers, a total of 16 points. Kevin Love played 13 minutes. He had 11 points and 4 rebounds. Also had 1 assist. Ricky Rubio in his 26 minutes shined a little bit, had 15 points, had 3 steals, 3 assists. And 4 turnovers. But Ricky Rubio doing Ricky Rubio things. Chetty Osman lit us up in the first half. It was pretty damn ridiculous what it was looking like in the first half. He had 3 back-to-back threes. It was insane. But he was 6 of 16. That's how he ended. 37% from the field. He shot 40% from 3 because he put up 10 and made 4. In the second half, we were much better on closing out. Getting up in the bodies, much tighter. He started missing those shots. and ended with 18 points nonetheless. 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block for Chetty Osman. And Dean Wade came in and played a handful of minutes, mostly just for defense. He only had 1 rebound, and that was that. And let's go take a look at our stinky Sacramento Kings. Harrison Barnes, 24 minutes, had 12 points, 3 assists, 1 steal, 3 turnovers, unfortunately. Missed both of his three-pointers. Didn't personally put up enough, in my personal opinion, but I know that we also wasn't really trying to get him any going. He would get up there and people wouldn't come and set him screens so he could make something happen. And that was unfortunate. Marvin Bagley in his 22 minutes had 7.7 rebounds. So 3 shy on both sides from a double-double from Marvin Bagley. He put up 2 threes. He missed them both. He was 3 of 10 from the field. Flat out, he was just he was being aggressive down low, but Jared Allen and especially Evan Mobley were just getting the best of Marvin Bagley. They were just better bigs. Simple as that. But Bagley was there and gave the effort, and it was a tough game for everybody. So I don't want to say he had a bad game. He was still productive in the time he was given. Just went up against a better team. Alex Len in his 23 minutes had 5 points, had 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 blocks. When we needed more paint protection, Alex Len gave us that, especially at the start of the second half. But in the first half, it almost didn't matter. Tyrese Halliburton, 26 minutes. He was 4 of 8 from the field, which was 50%. Missed both of his three-pointers, so that will go down a little bit. He had 4 rebounds. He had 5 rebounds, 3 assists in this game, which is a low for Tyrese Halliburton, but that was because guys wasn't hitting shots. And you know what? Passing lanes were a little more clogged than they normally are. Only had 1 turnover there, so that's good news. Fox only played 25 minutes. He was 6 of 14 from the field, which was 42%. Missed all of his three-pointers, so that's going to go down. He made his 1 free throw, but only got to the line 1 time. So, that was that. Had 6 rebounds. That's good for your guard. Had 1 assist, 1 steal. Only had 1 turnover. Ended with 13 points. Yikes. That's going to go down. Tristan Thompson in his 9 minutes had 1 point and had 4 rebounds. He just wasn't big enough down there. He was aggressive enough, but just wasn't big enough. Davion Mitchell went 6 for 12, so he was 50% from the field. Knocked down 2 of his 3 three-pointers, so he shot 66%. His three-point percentage will thankfully go up because it is miserably low. He ended with 14 points. He also had 5 assists, so solid game from Tyrese Halliburton. He was a key contributor, and the Kings starting to make a comeback and get within, I think we got within, 3 points? We either got within 3 or 5 points of coming back. Buddy Hield played 27 minutes. He was 7 of 13 from the field, 4 of 10 from 3. So his struggles have officially ended this game. He hit all of his three-pointers. Again, shot 40% from 3 as he was 40% from 3. He also had 5 rebounds. He had 2 steals. He also had 2 blocks. Only had 3 turnovers. Would have liked to see 2, but that's fine. But he led the team in scoring with 21 points. So, I guess Buddy Hield haters gotta deal with that tonight. Terrence Martin in his 17 minutes, he was 4 of 9 from the field. That's 44.4%. He was only 1 of 4 from 3, unfortunately. That's 25%. Didn't get to the line. Had 2 rebounds, 2 assists, had 2 turnovers, and ended with 5 fouls. He was being very aggressive, as obviously Alvin Gentry asked them to be once they came out of the half. So that was good to see that defensive intensity turn up for the second half. He ended with 9 points overall. Maurice Harkless played a handful of minutes, 5 minutes. Came in, had 1 turnover and 2 fouls. And he attempted 1 bucket and didn't make it. Chimezie Metu, 16 minutes. He was also part of the team that started to part of the lineup that started to bring the team back. He was 4 of 2, so he only missed 2. And I think it was a pair of threes. Yep, I am correct. Yep, 0 of 2 from 3. Only had 1 rebound. Also had 2 turnovers. Ended with 8 points. Damian Jones in the 16 minutes was 1 of 2 from the field, so that's 50%. He was 3 of 5 from 3, so he shot 60%. Not good. 8 rebounds overall, 3 assists, which is solid. 1 steal, 1 block, 2 turnovers, unfortunately, and 1 foul. So the Sacramento Kings, from the free throw, shot miserably, 63.6%. So that will definitely help you lose games. And from 3, collectively, we shot 25%. So that is also a huge reason why we lost the game. And wow, yeah, so there were only 3 players that even hit a 3 tonight. Davion Mitchell hit 2, Buddy Hield hit 4, and Terrence Davis hit 1. I mean, that lost you the game right there. Aside from your defense, I mean, just if we're going to be an offensively driven team, up-tempo offense, put up a bunch of attempts so we can, quickly so we can get more attempts so we can try to outscore them. That's not going to get the job done. And it didn't. So now we are, okay, so it's not showing it, but we should be, there we go. 11-15, which is officially good enough for 10th in the West tonight. Let's let the rest of the games play out and let's check that again in the morning. We are 4th in offensive rating, 111.5 points per game. Again, that should be lower. We just had a few crazy high scoring games, but whatever. Rebounds per game. It's nice to be middle of the pack and know that we're doing an okay job on rebounding, but assists per game, still not hitting enough. So we're scoring a lot, but we're still not assisting enough. So we're bottom in the league, or at least lower third in the league at 22 assists per game. And then offensive rating, I mean, how long are we going to hang around 29th? We might as well just be the worst. I want to know who the 30th is, because just give it up, bro. Let us be the worst defense in the league. We earn it, okay? Jeez Louise. Anyway, for the season, before they updated numbers, as a team, we're shooting 35.5 from 3. And we are shooting 75.4 from a free throw line. Not good enough to get it done. Fox Watch. His points per game should go down. So, yeah, because it can't be 20.6 anymore. He just had a 13. What? How did it go up? That must have been from yesterday's game. So it hasn't updated yet, but that would go down. He should still be in the 20 points per game, but he only had 13 points for tonight. And his assists per game are down 5.1. So that'll probably go down to 5 or dip below 5 assists per game. Tyrese Watch. Tyrese should be a little higher. Well, hey, nonetheless, staying right there at 12 points per game. Again, not enough to get it done, especially from a high power offense, as the Sacramento Kings are supposed to be. Starting shooting guard just can't be averaging 12 points per game. So that's that. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah, 5.6 assists per game from Davion. Or from Tyrese. Let's go take a look at Davion. Hopefully some of his stats have gone up a little bit. 9.6 and 3.5 assists per game. As far as three-point percentage, since he had a few good games, okay, so we're at 29. So we're at 30%. So get it up, Davion. Get it up. Good to see. Free throw percentage is still miserable, 66%. Let's go take a look at Tyrese's. Tyrese's free throw percentage at 76, but still 10% less than last year. That's really bad. 41.1% from 3. I'll take that. De'Aaron Fox, his free throw percentage should still be continuing to rise. And right now it says 74.7. I'm going to say that's probably at this point, probably about like 76, maybe 77, because he's been doing much better on his free throws. But 3-point shooting percentage, yeah, I mean, 27%. Still miserable. So, is what it is at the end of the day. Anywho, yeah, Sacramento Kings, right? Looking bad. So we went from a 3-game winning streak to a 2-game losing streak. And it was, 2 winnable games. Yesterday's game was the most winnable. This one was harder, but I mean, when you don't beat a team that is, when you don't beat a team that's down like a third of their roster, and then you have a back-to-back and you go and you play a better team, this is kind of what we expected. I didn't expect for them to get whooped up that bad in the first half, but I also didn't expect for us to come back and get within, striking distance in the second half. So, is what it is. Kangz being Kangz. If you want to take a look at that 10 game, sample size from Alvin Gentry, we're getting about close to where you can take a look at it. It's looking pretty close to, To Luke Walton's. Luke Walton started 5-5 for the season. I think that's about where Alvin Gentry is now officially. I think we're 5-5 in the Alvin Gentry era, and this is kind of what I said it was going to be. I said we're going to score more buckets. We are going to turn up the pace even more, but I said our defense is going to get worse, and we are seeing that's exactly what's happening. Now, the nice thing, what was encouraging is whoever he threatened, when they were in there at the halftime, inspired the team to play better. And then he did find some guys that played more gritty, played more aggressive, and, started to make things happen. The only thing that was bad is that naturally, of course, it was too late before he found that lineup. So at least he kind of has identified those guys and maybe can go to them better, or faster next time around. What else was good about it, though, is that he did when it was working, he let them in and he let them work. Luke Walton would, screw with the stew. Gentry didn't mess with the recipe. He let him play out, and it got within strike, and it got us within striking distance. So that's encouraging. Again, we knew Alvin Gentry was a better head coach than Luke Walton. Any of us are a better head coach than Luke Walton. So this is not surprising, but it was encouraging to see. But anyway, yeah, we lost. We're a bad team, and we lost again. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we got next up, and then we'll be back out of here. So we got the Raptors on Monday, and I think we kind of already know what it is. We can take a look at past scores or whatever, but fact of the matter is, the Raps right now are, we remember what happened last time we played the Raptors. They came and they lit us up like big time. And same thing, they were down some key players. They didn't even have Siakam. Oh, no. They did have Siakam, I think, last time we played them. No, they didn't have Siakam. Yeah, and they were just whooping us up. So although they're averaging 104 and, we were averaging more rebounds, more assists than them, they're averaging more steals. We're about the same in blocks. Turnovers, they are averaging less, so they're taking care of the ball. Field goal percentage, we're a little bit better. 3-point percentage, they're a little bit better. Free throw percentage, they're a little bit better. But fast break points, they get more than us. Second chance points, they get more than us, and that's what's going to kill us. Points in the paint is where we're going to really have to shine. And Fred VanVleet is averaging just about the same amount of points that De'Aaron Fox is right now. So we're really going to have to get into the paint on them and hurt them there. It's not going to be our perimeter shooting. They have pretty solid perimeter defense, and we just aren't shooting the three good enough. So that's kind of what we can expect from all that. But Sacramento Kings lose another one, 2-game losing streak now. We come back home. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We're still on the road, so we play them at home. Probably going to be a 3-game losing streak if I'm predicting it. If the Kings come away with just winning one game at this point, just one, it's still not a successful road trip, but it wasn't an utter and total loss. But I can see us basically erasing everything that we just did in the last 3 games on this road trip, and then we're back to trying to find answers. Trades are going to be opening up here in the next few days this week. So people say expect moves to be made, but I don't expect it because you never really know what GMs are going to say yes and what GMs are going to say no. Deals don't get done just because fans want them to get done or just because it would help the team. GMs have to see the value in the trade, and then they have to agree upon it. So don't get your hopes too high for trades. I wouldn't do it because you're just setting yourself up for disappointment. Believe that nothing's going to happen and be very surprised if something does happen. That's the best way to approach it. Be an experienced Kings fan. Don't let your emotions get the best of you, because at a certain point in time, we know what this team is and we know what this franchise is, and we know people don't like to do deals with us except for to just leave us with nothing. And if you're one of those people that just want to rebuild right now, then maybe trade season's going to look really good for you. But just don't expect anything and just be surprised when something happens. Only thing that we should expect is a better product on the floor, and even that is setting ourselves up for disappointment. But it is good to see that guys are playing more inspired under Luke Walton. Already the Alvin Gentry era, although it's not successful so far, to me it's better than the Luke Walton era. But let's look at it in another 10 games and see where we're at. It's your boy Skip, a.k.a. Skip and Tosh here, signing off. Show some love to Computer Booter, local Sacramento area, game shop, repair shop, game lounge, repair shop, gift shop. Go check them out for any of those needs. And Tabu Ohana, if you're looking to upgrade your chair or someone that you will love and appreciate, half off of chairs. That's basically 2 for 1, especially if you use my discount code SKIPTC. Get $40 off on top of your 45% discount for the chairs. Get it while supplies last and while it's still up there, because it was supposed to be done after Cyber Monday. But shout out to the crew. They left it up for y'all, so go take advantage of it. Your boy Skip will see you next time.